Hi, my name's Andrew. Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. And this video is a focus on Middle East seed capital investors, and it is part of a series of investor profiles for my Middle East database, which is going to be available in 2024. Just a bit of information about myself. I'm a fundraising strategist with 15 years of experience in high-end real estate sales and marketing, spanning Canada, Dubai, and the Caribbean. And over the past 2 years on Fiverr, I've assisted over 200 clients with startup fundraising, pitch deck refinement, investor outreach strategies, and custom investor databases. In addition, I'm an advisor to a New York-based investment company affiliated with a $60 billion fund. The fund focuses on various sectors, particularly income-producing real estate, with capital requirements for projects typically ranging from $10 to $20 million. These projects are selected based on their cash flow and growth potential. If you want more information on my services, you can just click my Fiverr link below. So this guide to Middle East capital includes the following, and it is a unique database I've been working on for quite a while. There's over 150 hours devoted specifically for this database, and this video series is going to not only include the basics of the database, but it's also going to include company profiles in each one. But to start off with, it has 325 companies, it has key contacts, the type of business, the sectors of potential investment interests that they have, it has their websites, the company emails at 274, and key contact emails over 470. And it also is unique because it has key outreach strategy points, and that's what makes this database very, very unique, and you're going to see more of it in Excel spreadsheet format a little bit later on in the video, and the database, of course, will be delivered in Excel spreadsheet format. Starting off some key database statistics, there's 185 companies that are based in UAE, so just a little more than half of them are UAE based. 60 companies are based in Saudi Arabia, so about 18%. And 125 companies are either venture capital, private equity, or angel investor groups. So that makes up about 40% of it. It's the best database for first-time fundraising in the Middle East. This video highlights Touq Group in Saudi Arabia, and they are one of 325 venture capital, private equity, angel groups, and investment companies in my exclusive Middle East fundraising database. Company snapshot. They're based in Saudi Arabia, and they're classified as an investment company and a family office. Their focus is on technology, real estate, consumer goods, and company description is Touq Group is a Saudi Arabian multifamily office established in the 1970s as an investment vehicle for the Al Touq family. It has grown into a sophisticated local and international investor with a global revenue generating asset base. Investor approach and strategy. Al Touq Group, a distinguished Saudi Arabian family office with roots dating back to the 1970s, embraces a sophisticated and globally focused investment strategy. The family patriarch, along with the next generation of leaders and professionals, collaboratively steers the group towards superior returns across a diverse range of liquid and illiquid assets. Investment focus. Touq Group's investment focus spans a broad spectrum of industry verticals, showcasing adaptability and a strategic approach. Notably, industry verticals receiving significant attention in recent years include food, consumer and retail, power and energy, financial services, healthcare, and ICT. The group maintains a well-positioned portfolio that includes real estate, industrials, and multi-investment businesses, reflecting a commitment to diverse exposure and balanced returns. Geographic reach. With a global revenue-generating asset base, Touq Group extends its geographic reach across key regions, strategically allocating investments to harness opportunities worldwide. The group's presence in Europe, North and South America, Asia, and the MENA region underscores its commitment to a mix of strategic and opportunistic investments. Investment spectrum. They look at private equity, they invest globally in growth equity, mezzanine finance, LBO, and distressed buyout, guided by investment committee for strategic allocation, and diverse sector coverage for risk-reward improvement. They also look at public equity, global exposure to developed, emerging, and frontier markets, utilizes diverse strategies of buy and hold, value, growth, and contrarian, and dynamic benchmarking based on return goals and risk tolerance. They also will look at real estate, substantial exposure to local and international real estate, balanced portfolio, high yield core, prime properties, and land banks. And they focus on consistent total returns through income and capital growth. And lastly, direct investments. They take direct stakes in Saudi Arabian, MENA, European, Asian, and North American companies, active involvement with nominated representatives on boards, and aims for strategic transformation, market expansion, and intellectual support. Potential investment opportunities to approach them with. Now you're going to see I have the spreadsheet Excel part of the video coming up soon, and it's going to show you all 325 companies. And what I try to do is I just highlight 3 opportunities that you might want to look at approaching these groups with, and they're just to be used as a guideline. I generate them based on their websites, their press releases, other information on the news, and similar companies and firms in their sector and territory. And given their past investment patterns and existing philosophy, you might want to propose the following investment opportunities to this group: real estate, definitely financial services, and hospitality. But it's always best to check the website to get more information on the previous investments that they've made. One of the key benefits of my database is that it includes tips for investor outreach, and this is unique. There's no other database like it, and I specifically created it for first-time fundraisers in the Middle East. It gives you added points. You're going to see this in the spreadsheet coming up. It's just going to follow this next slide. So what I've done is I've actually taken all 325 companies and I've created some key outreach touch points for direct contacts that you may know and unknown ones. So basically why is that done was because it's important to build relationships in the Middle East. Unlike the West, where a lot of people are okay to send off emails to CEOs and chairmen, in the Middle East it's best to work your way up that organizational ladder by using other protocols, trying to reach out to associates, investment advisors, and directors first, for many reasons. But one of the main ones is these companies will receive anywhere from 50 to 100 pitches a day, whether it's startups looking to raise capital or real estate companies or financial companies from all over the world looking to present opportunities. So it's best that you try to build the relationships before you start firing off your presentation. Otherwise you're just going to get lost in the large group of other opportunities, and you're not going to get the attention of the people you want to need in the time that you may want to need it. So how can we do that? Well, the key outreach touch points, if you know who the contact is, and keep in mind my database is full of CEO, chairmen, partners, email contacts and their names, and it also has some intermediate contacts, and it's got a large amount of HR contacts. Now I've included HR contacts because they're an unutilized and unused tool in the business development and contact field. For example, some people think that you only contact an HR manager when you're looking for a job, but it's actually a great way to find out who in the company should you be talking to, so that you don't make the mistake of sending it to a CEO or chairman who will probably either delete it because they don't know who you are, or they'll bounce it back down to the person that you should be contacting, and that won't put you in good state when you want to put your best foot forward. So here's a couple strategies. One, key outreach touch points if you know who the contact is. You could send them a short note, probably 3 sentences. The first one's going to introduce yourself or your company. And the second one may say, Touq Group's legacy in financial and advisory service is impressive. We're reaching out with a potential collaboration opportunity. And then your third sentence may say, please let us know who we should talk to. So you're going to send that to the person that you may see on the database that you're comfortable with, and then you're either going to hear back from them, or you're going to be able to follow up with them. But if you write the letter like that, then they're going to know that it's not a spam email. Trust me, 50 to 100 people will send these companies pitches every day, and most of the time they're not talking about their company, or in other words, the company they're sending it to. They're talking about their company. And the approach is to actually let the person receiving the email know that you've done a bit of research. It's going to go a long way. So if you don't know who the contact is, well then you could use a subject heading such as Ventures with Touq Group, and then your key initial email approach line may include, Our proposal resonates with your investment focus. Could we connect with the relevant team member? Now, I guarantee you if you send that to an HR manager, they're going to do one of two things. They're going to send you back a nice note saying, you should contact so-and-so, here's their title, here's their email. Or they're going to send that to the relevant person. They're not going to send it to a CEO or chairman. They're going to send it to probably an associate, an investment advisor, director, someone in the investment committee whose job it is to review initial email proposals. And that way you're going to get ahead a lot faster. And it's the best way to get an introduction. So you hear about cold introductions and warm introductions. Even a introduction from an internal source in the company constitutes a pretty good warm introduction. And that's what you should start to do, because you want to create a database of key contacts at many levels with many of the firms. Then upon your contact, you want to explore the focus of their company. You can already do that. My database has lots of resources for you to do that. Plus you've got obviously their website info. But then again, you want to, once you've touched base with the person that you're supposed to touch base with, you want to understand their internal process and deal flow. So deal flow is really key, especially if you're going to be presenting multiple opportunities to them. Once you've done that, it's really going to help you. Now, when I was working in the Middle East, Dubai specifically, in the UAE, I helped develop our company database with these key touch points and with the key contacts and intermediate levels and clear instructions on who you should approach for what reasons. And if once you do that, then you're opening up the door to the CEO and the chairman once you've already done that. Because generally, once you have developed a relationship with one or two people in the company, it's easier to move up to the more senior positions. Or you can guarantee that the person that you've spent 2 or 3 weeks or a couple of months developing a relationship with, once you send your pitch deck and or that great real estate investment opportunity that's $100 million, you can guarantee that that person is going to have sent it to that party because you've already established that they're interested in those opportunities. So it's really important. Now, when we were working on behalf of ultra high net worth individuals and groups in the UAE, and again, this is mainly from our Dubai office, we would be dealing with people on both the buy side and the sell side. Now, this would be for exclusive mandates. In other words, an individual, ultra high net worth individual or their company could come in and say, look, we're looking to sell this commercial office building. It's fully leased, and they would sign an exclusive mandate with us. We would get as much of the information. We'd create very detailed presentations, and then we'd also have a teaser document as well. But we never sent the teaser document out to anybody unless we'd already communicated with them. We found out what they look at as far as investment opportunities. It doesn't do any good sending out a $250 million hotel opportunity to somebody who specifically said that they're willing to look at $50 to $75 million residential blocks only. So once you start to do that, then you're going to gain more credibility. And that's really, really important when you're starting to build relationships with companies in the Middle East and start your fundraising journey. This is the type of seed capital and angel group you can find in my exclusive guide to Middle East capital. I created this exclusive database to help founders reach out to seed and angel investors with confidence. There is no other resource like it, period. And you can also check my ultimate guide to raising startup capital with over 140 pages, suitable for people who are doing first-time fundraising. That's something else that you can find on my Fiverr profile. So let's take a look at the database. So now we're over on the database section, and this is the Excel spreadsheet that includes all the contacts in the Middle East capital database. And as you can see on the very top, we've got 325 companies. We have their country, description of the firm, their main business interests, their websites, and they've all been verified. And of course, this database will be suitable for all of 2024. I also have included their investment targets, 1 and 2 and 3. So those are based on information that is publicly known, information that is on their websites of different investments and types of sectors that they will look at. So again, this database is really meant for people who are building a larger data set of Middle East companies to either approach for funding or to possibly promote their products to, because there's a blend of venture capital, private equity, family investment offices, and investment companies and high-profile companies in the UAE that are led by UAE nationals. So it's a really great database for companies that really want to get a very good look at some of the key parties in the Middle East when it comes to raising capital. It also has their investment territory, which includes whether they're just looking at either the Middle East or whether they're looking MENA or whether they're looking global. I've also included their key real estate assets. If they're investment companies that tend to look at real estate, I've included those as well in this database. Now, it also has, as far as key touch points, it has their company emails, and in some cases it's not available because they want you to actually submit your details via their forum. But I'll get to the key stats a little bit later on, and you also saw that in the initial slide presentation. Telephone numbers and contact numbers. There are two what I call primary contacts, and then there's a third, which is the secondary contacts. The key contacts could include CEOs, managing directors, executive directors, and that is the same with the second contact title. You can see operations manager, directors of real estate, presidents, and so on and so on. And the main reason for that is so that you have a senior contact that you can reach out to. You can also check them on LinkedIn to get more details. In many cases, their email addresses have already been included, and I'm going to get to that again when we go to the stats page. And the third email contact tends to be somebody in HR. And the reason I've done that is because this database is very unique in the fact that I include outreach approach tips for each of these firms. There are two types. One is a outreach touch point if you know who the contact is. In other words, if it's been already identified by myself, then you could send them a line that I've included here in all the companies. For example, Saudi has a strong track record in urban development in Kuwait. Would you be interested in unique investment opportunity that complements your portfolio? And the reason I include these is to help people write their first letters, and also to show you that you should not be spamming this type of list with just a generic email approach talking about your company and the investment opportunity. This allows you to add a little bit of information about them, so whoever receives it is going to know that you did a little bit of work, and it should not be considered a spam. And the second reason here is I've got contact sourcing outreach approach, and this is if you do not know who the contact is. And this is really key because in some cases you may not have a contact, and this is the perfect way for you to introduce yourself. For example, in this case I put subject request for direct contact with investment division, and then as the body of the email may include, I believe you might be the right person to assist me. We're exploring potential investment opportunities that align with Salia's investments vision. Could you direct us to the person or team responsible for evaluating such opportunities? And you can see as I scroll down here, it is included in that type of line. They're all customized, of course. The same with the ones for the direct contacts that are known. They actually talk about something the company has done, something they've invested in, the sectors, or possibly what their company vision is. And this is really going to help you, especially if you're doing first-time fundraising, or if you just want to save time when it comes to your research for these type of firms. That's what makes this database unique. Another thing that makes it unique is it really sticks to mainly the type of companies that are either venture capital, private equity, investment companies. So there's no fluff in here. There's no companies in here that should not be in here. And that is the difference between this database and other databases that are out there that talk about investments and reaching out to other investors. For example, there's very little here when it comes to accelerators. There might be a couple of them, but it's not plugged full of what I would call just garbage contacts. These are really key companies that are perfect for reaching out to, whether you're raising funds or whether you want to present opportunities, whether it's real estate, investment opportunities, and the like. So let's take a look at some of the stats. So the underlying stats are There's 470 firms, 340 prime contacts, 90 third-tier contacts, and 90 email contacts when it comes to the third tier. So you're getting about 400 and a little over 450 emails, and the total company emails are 275. So those would be info at, admin at, that sort. So that's a really key overview of the database. Again, this is going to be a series where I'm going to highlight each of the contacts. But if you're interested in this particular database, just reach out to me on my Fiverr profile below. My master database includes 400,000 verified global contacts. That includes angel investors, family investment offices, pension funds, hedge funds, private equity databases, REITs, Middle East premium high net worth and ultra high net worth investors database, venture capital lists and investment banks. I also have clients with pitch deck reviews and corporate fundraising presentations. If you're just getting ready to send your presentation out to an investor, send it to me. I have a service on Fiverr where I will review it for you. Approximately 80% of the presentations that I get sent are not suitable to be sent out to investors. For more information on my databases and fundraising services, click my Fiverr link below. Thank you for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe.